Good morning, Street Rod Nationals. Welcome back to Louisville. We are excited that you're here and we are ready for a great weekend. I'm Cleo Battle, President and CEO of Louisville Tourism, and we are so excited to celebrate Street Rods Nationals 52 years, 27 of those years here in Louisville. That's exciting, right? Also, we appreciate the commitment to Louisville through 2025. So they are here and part of our city. In addition, we love your 11.5 million economic impact to our city. It is fantastic, and the 22,000 people that you will bring to the community this weekend is much needed. Thank you for being here. Although last year was challenging, we were thrilled to still be able to hold this summertime tradition here in Louisville. And we're happy you're back this year with even more attendees. Street Rod National is recognized as the world's largest automotive participation event. It's estimated over 10,000 vintage cars are registered for display this weekend. The total value of those vehicles attending will be more than $350 million. I'm so excited, and I'm encouraging Louisvillians to head out to the Kentucky Exposition Center and check out the Street Rods National Show this weekend. Someone else who I know is very excited about Street Rod Nationals is our mayor, Greg Fischer, one of the show's biggest fans, who understands how big of an economic impact hosting Street Rod Nationals is to our city. Mayor?
Thank you, Cleo, and good morning, everybody. I am a big fan because it is amazing when we see the street rods moving around the city. It's kind of an annual rite of summer that we look forward to. We missed you guys last summer, so it is wonderful here to now be hosting you all for the 27th time. Last year, obviously, was super challenging, and none of us had that in our business plans as the year started. And so it was quiet here in the summertime. So we missed you guys. We consider this kind of a little family reunion every summer when we get together and enjoy each other's company. I understand we got a good crowd coming from around the country this year as well, and you'll be able to see the renaissance that continues to take place here in our city, including this amazing spot here at Parristown Point. Steve, to you and your entire team, congratulations for taking what you all really do with almost some of your cars when you pick them up, the adaptive reuse of some of these old buildings here that a lot of people had written off as just kind of old warehouses and don't have much of a life to them. But the skill and care and meticulousness that went into remaking these buildings into something beautiful is just a wonderful thing for our city. And it's very much what you guys doing with your cars. When you take a look at what probably the condition you bought them in and now what they end up in is works of art, works of motoristic beauty. Really nice job. And the city looks forward to all that. So this is a nice partnership here between Parristown Point and the cars. We're thinking we'll have about 22,000 participants show up this year, which is great for the city. There's going to be something new for everybody to see, and that's what's amazing about y'all coming to town is you always find somebody that's coming up with something new and beautiful, and it's amazing to everybody. So we're going to look forward to all that going on. Just a note about, of course, what none of us want to talk about, and we are want to be so over with it, is the COVID issue. We're doing a good job as a city. We're a little bit ahead of the national averages in terms of people being vaccinated, but we're following CDC protocols around this. So when you're indoors, please wear your mask. When you're outdoors, like we are right now, you're fine the way you are. And there's over 100 places to get vaccines. If you know somebody that wants to get a vaccine while they're in town, that is absolutely no problem. We will be happy to administer that. So let's keep safety and health in mind as we have a great time. I want to close by thanking our partners. Obviously, Parristown is a big partner. Whiskey Row is stepping up for us. Mike Lennings, the world's most famous fish house. Derby City Gaming, they're growing like crazy. Outlet Shops of the Bluegrass and the Crown Plaza Hotel. And to old friends, well, I hate to call them old, but to friends like Jerry Kennedy his team at the National Street Rod Association, and the entire street rod community, on behalf of Louisville, thank you all again for coming to our city. If you haven't been here in 2 years, please be sure to check out all the new attractions between hotels and restaurants, our bourbon experiences. The Muhammad Ali Center is more popular than ever as well. Louisville Slugger, you got it all here. So thanks so much for coming to our city. Enjoy yourselves this year, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next year. God bless.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for your continued leadership in the tourism sector for all of us. Next, I'd like to bring up David Beck, president of Kentucky Venues, the host of Street Rod Nationals, who loves seeing these classic cars in his backyard. He serves as the host site for the show. David?
Thank you, Cleo, and good morning. It is a great venue, Steve. Thanks for having us here. It's a beautiful day in Kentucky, and we're glad to be here today and glad to welcome our friends back to Louisville and to the Kentucky Exposition Center, Street Rods. You know, it's amazing to think how things happen and how this comes together. And I think back to last year. Last year was challenging for all of us, and really got to work closely with the Street Rods team, Mr. Walker and Teresa and Jim and Dennis and all the group in making plans to come back last year. And I know you're on the property. We had a smaller number, but I appreciate your commitment. And it gave me a chance to see inside how they operate. Such professionals, wonderful people to work with that focus on customer service in the job they did. You know, here in our beautiful city of Louisville, we have a lot of festivals and we have a lot of seasons. We have fall with all the activities. We have the winter. We have the spring with the Derby and those things. And, of course, we have summer. And for those of us that have been here for many years, we recognize what the first week of August is. That's street rod season in Louisville, Kentucky, and we're glad to have them here. And you think about it, being here for many years, and when you travel through our city, you see the beautiful cars as we have here today displayed as they came down from the parade. We see our parking lots at the restaurants full of these vintage cars. We see the hotel parking lots full as well. And I tell you, from our team at Kentucky Venues, we're so proud of how the parking lots at the Kentucky Exposition filled as well. It means a lot to us and our community. You know, with that, we can't help but think about the numbers involved, the people involved. Somewhere between 10 and 15,000 vintage vehicles. You think about the 20,000, 22,000 plus of exhibitors, owners that come and showcase their vehicles. We think about the 70,000 people that come and visit in and out our gates to see it and take advantage of a wonderful time this weekend. And then, of course, you have to think about the value, the economic impact that it has. When you look at the size of that, it's huge. But, you know, it's more to it than just that. It's more than just economic impact. It's a tradition. But it's not a tradition we take for granted. It has a big part of our community now. 27 years in Louisville out of the 52. And so more than half of them have been here in our wonderful city, and we're proud of that. These vintage vehicles take us down many roads, but they also take us down memory lane. Some of us old enough to remember some of these vehicles. Some of us may see our first vehicle in the crowd, particularly at the Exposition Center in the next few days. We think about that. It brings back memories, but also helps us think about some of the opportunities and challenges we've faced in this wonderful country. All that brings back a lot of energy, and we're glad to have them here. It's open to the public, and we encourage all those in our community to come out and enjoy the street rods, and best wishes for success.
Thank you, David Beck, and we appreciate the partnership with Kentucky Venues year-round. Now, please help me welcome Steve Smith, owner of Stoneware and Company, as well as the managing partner of the Paristown Preservation Trust. Steve, I want to thank you for hosting us today here in Paristown and for being a preferred partner of NSRA. Thank you.
So a quick little fact, you know, Paristown is the smallest incorporated neighborhood in Louisville, Kentucky. But we're really mighty, and we'd like to call ourselves the mighty little neighborhood in Louisville. So what you're seeing is a partnership of local folks who have brought their time, talent, and treasure in partnership with the mayor's administration. And we've been working on this for about 14 years now, and we continue to develop down here. You're standing in Christie's garden. We always want to thank Christy Brown, who was kind enough to donate this. And so, you know, I don't know if we can fit 11,000 street rods in Paristown, but I can tell you the cafe and Stoneware would love to see that happen if you can pull that off. So, We're known for our world-famous cakes in the cafe, and Stoneware is actually the oldest company. It's been around for 200-plus years. It's the oldest company in the state of Kentucky and one of the oldest companies in the country. So we welcome the Street Rod folks here. We got plenty of places to park your cars down here, and we're always here to take care of you and feed you and have a good time. So thank you for coming to Paristown. Have a great day.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you for being a great partner to tourism as well. And so to close this out, Mr. Jerry Kennedy, of course, we want to welcome Jerry back with Street Rod National, and we want to have him close us out today with a few words. Jerry?
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be back in Louisville. First, before I begin, I would like to give a special thanks to the individuals that participated in the parade this morning. Inasmuch as it may not be the biggest that we've ever had, it is a true representation of what our sport is all about and what comes to the Street Rod Nationals each and every year. The thing about it is, these guys and gals represent every walk of life that you can imagine. That for this weekend, give away the jackets and the ties, the police uniforms, the nurse uniforms, or whatever it might be, to don blue jeans, T-shirts, and tennis shoes to come out here to have a good time. And we will do that. And to each and every one of you from the community of Louisville, from our distinguished guests up here, to each and every one of you, the Louisville Convention and Visitors Bureau, thank you for making us feel that we have come home for a weekend. I am one of those that are privileged to say I have been to all 27 of them that we have been here. And I was 9 at our first one. But at any rate, a lot of things have already been said about this event. But what I would like to say is the things over and beyond the economy impact, which is great for you folks. That's what it's all about. Our people come here to have a good time, and they do that. I want to explain a little bit of what you will see by driving in through the gate at the Street Rod Nationals. Every vehicle goes through the Street Rod entrance. Once you get inside, over and beyond the 10,000 cars that are outside, the entire expo center inside is filled with commercial exhibits. There's over 350 manufacturers and dealers that are offering the latest in technology of what our automotive sport has to offer. There are over 200 booths of Women's World, which is arts and crafts for the ladies. We have a vintage parts swap meet. We have our own safety inspection program that is known throughout the country, and the National Street Rod Association is the only one that does the vehicle safety program. And you will see a little decal on the windshield of these cars. It's all voluntary, but it lets another set of eyes take a look at these vehicles that we're driving up and down the road. We have a new product area of some of these exhibitors that are premiering brand new products for the first time at the Street Rod Nationals, and they vie for competition over the weekend. In addition to that, we have our 29 Below program that is a special area on Saturday for the young rodders that are age 29 or under that have their own vehicles there. And it is always a great show in itself to see what some of these young people are doing. One of the highlights over the weekend also is our own DJ that is on the grounds broadcasting live throughout the day. Our Super Prize program, where to the participants that are driving their vehicles here, we do random drawings throughout the day by using their participant number, and they will receive over $65,000 in merchandise over the weekend. And it all comes to them in certificate form, so that if a guy's driving a small car or a roadster or something and happens to win a new set of tires, how do I get it home? It's in a certificate that when he gets home that he can claim that prize. On Saturday at 3:30 in the afternoon, one lucky participant will be the winner of the grand prize giveaway of this year. A 1932 Ford Roadster pickup that is brand new. It is on display in the lobby along with our builder's showcase. And at 3:30 Saturday, all it takes is your number to be drawn, have your vehicle on the grounds, and that car is yours. And I'm lucky to say that this is the 47th consecutive year that NSRA has given away a turnkey street rod. The Street Kana, which is a driving demonstration outside is going to be on the grounds again. It is a course and a time-operated course. You can watch it or you can go out and ride along. And I guarantee you, if you jump in one of these cars and ride through this course, it's going to be the quickest 32 seconds that you've ever been in as you go around in those vehicles. We are also doing a pinstripe for charity, that these pinstripers from several regions of the country will come in here, and they are doing all of this striping for charity. They will hold an auction, and this year's charity selection, I'm told, has been selected Louisville's Waterfront Park. We have the Rotters Fest under the big top, where there will be 10 various bands playing all weekend long from noon on. New this year for the Street Rod Nationals will be many of the top fuel drag warriors of the 50s and 60s, called the Nitrous Knockout. For those of you that are familiar with drag racing, these are nitromethane fuel cars that will be fired twice a day for the duration of the Street Rod Nationals. That's 4 full days of the world's finest and the granddaddy of them all. I could go on and on, but instead, I would just invite each and every one of you to come out, take a look, and enjoy. Each and every one of these individuals that own a car are more than willing to answer any question that you might have about it. But I'll guarantee you, if you come out and take a look, you too will agree it's one of the greatest sports in the world. Thank you, Louisville.
I'm glad to hear Jerry say it feels like home, because NSRA is definitely family. So let's have a great weekend. Welcome back. Thank you.